'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. Hey, it's Nate with another piano tutorial. Today I'm going to do a song that's been requested over and over again. It's Glimpse of Us by Joji. This is an easy version to get you playing and singing this song quickly. I'm not going to cover every detail of the piano part on the recording because that would take forever and it would be a bit more advanced than I wanted to make this. But this version sounds awesome. Let's just get into it. I'm skipping the intro for now because it's more of a piano melody and it'll be easier if we come back to it later once you really are solid on the underlying chords. And I recommend getting the chords and lyrics sheet. I put a link down in the description. You can print it out. That'll help you follow along and see where the chords you play line up with the words. So here's the chord progression for the first line of the verse. Now we're in 6/8 time, and that means that each one of these measures gets 6 counts. So we're kind of thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first chord we've got is an F minor. That's going to be an F, an A flat, and a C. And that's middle C there if you want to make sure you're in the right octave. And the left hand's just going to do single bass notes on the note that the chords are named after. So we've got this F minor chord in the right hand, left hand, with the pinky's just going to do an F. Next up, we've got a B flat minor 7. So the left hand note is going to be a B flat. In the right hand, we're actually just going to do 2 notes. It's going to be A flat and D flat, and notice I'm doing that with my 2nd and 4th fingers. That's going to help it flow to the next chords. After the B flat minor 7, we've got an E flat 7, so the left hand is going to come up to an E flat here with the thumb, and then in the right hand I'm going to keep doing that D flat but move to a G with my thumb here. So that can be pretty smooth there between the B flat minor 7 and the E flat 7. Finally here we've got an A flat major. We're gonna use our 3rd finger in the left hand to do an A flat there. And then the right hand can kind of stay where it is, but we're gonna do thumb on A flat, middle finger on C, and then pinky on E flat. So here's the first line with the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of extra rhythm here. In my right hand, I'm not just going to play on beat 1, I'm going to also play on beat 4. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to let the left hand bass note just ring out for the full 2 measures it's on any given chord. So with the singing and the rhythm, she'd take the world off my shoulders if it was ever hard to move. She'd turn the rain to a rainbow when I was living in the blue. So now we are in the second half of the verse. So there's another line here. It's really similar to the first line, but a couple little additions that we're going to do. Instead of the F minor, we're going to do an F minor 7. That might sound like that would be trickier, but actually all we have to do is keep our right hand where it was for the A flat. Of course, the bass note goes down to the F again, but the right hand's just going to be on that A flat, C, and E flat. And then you'll see a little asterisk on this B flat minor 7. It's kind of an unusual chord. Looks like this. Now you'll notice that's the exact same thing we were doing before for the B flat minor 7. We're just adding an E flat here. I thought the asterisk would be a little less messy on the page than saying B flat minor 7 add sus4. Then we can do the E flat 7 just like we've been doing, the A flat just like we were doing, and then there's this kind of passing chord that's going to come up a lot in this song. It's this E flat over G. So the bass note steps down to G here, and the right hand's going to do a G, a B flat, and an E flat here. So that's an inversion on like a root position E flat chord with a G in the bass. And that's a really smooth walk down from the A flat. You're on A flat, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we do that chord. Our pinky stays on the E flat. We just kind of move from 1st and 3rd finger to 1st and 2nd finger as you walk down here. Why then, if she's so perfect, do I still wish that it was you? Perfect don't mean that it's working, so what can I do? Cool. Cool, we are ready for the pre-chorus. So the pre-chorus has this little right hand melody. Now the underlying chords are B flat minor 7 and E flat 7. So the left hand bass notes, it's just gonna be that B flat and then the E flat. Doesn't matter too much which fingers you use here. Now the right hand is going to harmonize the chord a little bit. So with the right hand thumb, we're gonna play a D flat and just hold that. At the same time, we're gonna do this melody. It's gonna be F, G, A flat. So the rhythm there is gonna be F, 2, 3, G, 5, 6, A flat, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now here we're in the part where it goes to the E flat, so left hand's gonna go here. The thumb is gonna stay on that D flat, and then the melody notes here are gonna be F, G, D flat, same rhythm as before. And if you find it tricky to hold the thumb there the whole time as you reach up there, that's where the sustain pedal can really be our friend, because you can hold the sustain pedal down while you do this, and if you let go of that D flat, you're still hearing it. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm actually using the sustain pedal throughout this whole song, just holding it down with little lifts every time the chord changes so it doesn't get too muddy. If you want help with the sustain pedal, check out the video I made on that. And the vocals are just kind of doubling what the right hand melody's playing. So pre-chorus sounds like this. When you're out of sight in my mind, 'cause sometimes I look at... So we are in the chorus now. So here's the chords for the chorus. You'll see it's made entirely out of chords we've already been doing. But on a couple of them, we're gonna thicken up the voicings just so it sounds like the chorus is getting a little bit more powerful. So for that B flat minor 7, we've been doing it like that. And we're just gonna add with our thumb an F. Just makes it sound a little bit more full. And then we've got the E flat 7. We've been doing it like this. Our third finger is already hovering over this B flat here. If you put that down, it just sounds a little bit more full again. And my pinky's free here. I'm gonna actually stretch down an octave and do that super low E flat just to give it more powerful. That's totally optional. If you have trouble stretching that, you can forget about it. Then we've got the A flat, just like we were doing it before. The E flat over G walk down, just like before. That happens a little quicker now. You'll notice it's 2 chords squeezed into one measure. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then down to the F minor. Here, I'll sing that first line, and I'm gonna sing it down in the lower octave because I cannot sing as high as joji. 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And then it's 2 more lines just like that. It's just the vocals are a little bit different. Chorus ends with a line where we're gonna stop doing that faster rhythm and just hold them. Hoping I'll find a glimpse of us. So we're just holding out those chords, and then for the F minor 7, it's just like what we were doing before with the A flat, C, E flat, but I'm just gonna do an octave higher on the F so it doesn't sound quite as powerful, because this is kind of a moment of calm at the end of the chorus before we slam into the next verse. And the next verse starts on an F minor 7. We can just take that right hand, keep it where it is, and go down to the low octave to start that verse. I'm gonna play and sing through that whole chorus and the first line of the next verse so we can hear how that transition works. 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking of the way it was. Said I'm fine, and said I've moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms, hoping I'll find a glimpse of us. So keep the rhythm going here, and then tell me he savors your glory. Does he laugh the way I did? So yeah, that second verse is just like the first verse, but we're starting with the F minor 7 instead of the regular F minor. And then right off the bat, we've got that asterisk on the B flat minor 7. So we're doing that version of it that has the E flat in it there. Then when we get to that E flat 7, if you want to do that more full voicing we were just doing with the octaves and the B flat, you can do that. I'm going to add it in, just the song is kind of kicked in now. This verse should feel a little bit bigger than the first one. But other than that, this verse is just like the first one. Then we've got another pre-chorus with one little difference. It starts the exact same way. When you're out of sight. Now, these next two notes are different. In my mind. So the first time we did F, G, D flat. This time we do G, A flat, D flat. So just a little bit of nice development there. Then we are in another chorus, really similar to the first one. The main difference is just that the F minors at the end of the lines are going to just be F minor 7s the whole time for this. I also might start just adding a little bit of extra rhythm in my left hand, totally optional. Basically, I might just add in an extra left hand bass note hit on the 6th beat of measures, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Just in keeping with the theme of the song kind of building and getting more exciting as it goes on. The other difference with this chorus is in the last line at the end of it, after the E flat 7, we never go to that F minor. We're just going to go straight into the bridge. So it's like, hoping I'll find a glimpse of us. So yeah, let's talk about that bridge. We've got a B flat minor 7 with the asterisk on it, so you could do it like this. Since we're just coming off the chorus where we were doing the B flat minor 7 with that F in it, I might just keep that F there. So this is going to be the biggest sounding B flat minor 7 chord we've had so far, with 4 notes in the right hand: F, A flat, D flat, and E flat. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, there's just some oohs going on here. F minor 7, just like we've been doing it. Ooh, ooh. Do that little walk down, and then we've got this F7. So that's an F dominant 7. Sounds like that. It's a really surprising chord in this moment. Of course, we're going to do that F bass note there. In the right hand, we can just do an A natural, C, and E flat. The full chord would look like that, but since we're doing the F in the left hand, we don't really need to hear it again. Just keep it easy like that. And the transition's a little bit weird because you say, hope and I'll find a glimpse at the end of the chorus, and then we kind of get into that B flat chord that starts the bridge before you even sing of us. Hope and I'll find a glimpse of us. Ooh. Sometimes I look in her eyes. So now we are in the final chorus. And that last chorus is just like the chorus we were just working on. The only difference is after the E flat 7 in the last line, we just play no chord, just silence like this. Hoping I'll find a glimpse of us. And it sort of feels like the song's over there, but then there's this little outro section. And the outro section is kind of just like a quiet chorus. So it's the chord progression of the chorus, but we'll do the more stripped down chords like we were doing earlier. So we've got the B flat minor 7, just gonna hold it, playing really quiet. Then E flat 7, just like we were doing at the beginning of the song. Then A flat, E flat over G, F minor 7. 4, 5, 6. Then we'll do this B flat minor 7 here with the E flat. And then we're just going to end on an E flat 7. So just super mellow there at the end. So we got to the end of the song, but we did skip the intro. So let's look at that now. Let's start just by learning the right hand melody. I'm going to start with my second finger on F here, and the dashes are beats just like we were doing before, as well as the chord symbols. So it's going to look like this: F, 2, 3, 4, G, A flat on 5, 6 there, then G, 2, 3, 4, A flat, B flat, then A flat, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's add the left hand bass notes where they go. Notice I'm keeping my thumb free because we're going to use it to harmonize like we did in the pre-chorus. Now, the first half of what we just did, we're on the B flat minor 7. So left hand's on a B flat, of course, and the right hand's going to harmonize with a D flat there. So it's going to be like 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to switch to the E flat 7. So left hand goes to E flat. We can keep our thumb where it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here for this last part, we've got the A flat. So the left hand is going to come down to an A flat there, and the thumb in the right hand is going to drop down to a C. And then the last note is an F. We're going to do it with our thumb here. 4, 5, 6. So one more time on that. This part is a little tricky. That's why I didn't want to start with it. Now the second line of it is going to work the exact same way. The left hand and the right hand thumb are going to do the same thing we just did, but the actual melody notes are a little bit different. It reaches a little higher. It's going to be like this. F, 2, 3, 4, G, A flat, then all the way up to C, 2, 3, B flat, 5, 6, B flat, 2, 3, 4, then G, A flat, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool, so now that we did the intro, we have done all the different parts. So I'm gonna do a full cover now so you can see how all the parts we've talked about fit together. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss another video. Give it a like and let me know in the comments what song you wanna hear next. Again, this was a request, or like 10 requests. Anyway, here's my version of Glimpse of Us. She'd take the world off my shoulders if it was ever hard to move. She'd turn the rain to a rainbow when I was living in the blue. Why then, if she's so perfect, do I still wish that it was you? Perfect don't mean that it's working, so what can I do when you're out of sight in my mind? 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking of the way it was. Said I'm fine and said I moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms, hoping I find a glimpse of us. Tell me he savors your glory. Does he laugh the way I did? Is this a part of your story, one that I have never lived? Maybe one day you'll feel lonely, and in his eyes you'll get a glimpse. Start slipping slowly and find me again when you're out of sight in my mind. 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I I tried to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking of the way it was. Said I'm fine and said I moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms, hoping I'll find a glimpse of us. Ooh. Ooh. 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking of the way it was. Said I'm fine and said I moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms, hoping I'll find